Hey everybody, Cahlen here, and today I want to talk about my thoughts on preparing for the upcoming winter. Specifically to me, not necessarily what you need to do, but I have the goal. Right now I'm basically living off of my solar electric bike, so everything that's with me is pretty much everything I own. And I would like to even get it farther to the point where really everything I own is just in my backpack or being worn on me or in one of the pockets of one of the clothes which I'm carrying with me. And I actually feel a lot closer to that goal. I just got this thing called the Swagman's Roll, which is it's like a poncho liner. It adds warmth underneath a poncho, but it can do lots of different things, but the other main thing that it does is that it zips up into a sleeping bag, and then the poncho, which comes from the same company, is designed to work with it, so that the poncho, which is totally waterproof, goes over this insulation layer, snaps into it, toggles into it, and then basically you have a sleep system. You have your outer layer, and you have the waterproof aspect of that, which would be the poncho, and you basically could sleep in it. And I actually did sleep in it the other night. So of course it's only like in the high 50s or maybe even low 60s at night here right now. So it's not hard to be able to find a sleep situation which will keep me warm. So I have to think about what's my situation going to be when I am sleeping in below freezing temperatures. And the lowest I would say I've gone is about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And I was not prepared for it. I was almost prepared. I would have survived, but it was an uncomfortable situation, and was largely saved by the fact there were hot springs nearby. And so I woke up very early and just went and sat in the hot springs until daytime. So I want to avoid that in the future, while still kind of minimalizing my gear. So today I was researching, what does the military do for keeping its soldiers warm in cold places? And they have this whole system which they've designed and which they teach to people. And it's almost exactly what I've come up with, except I'm actually missing a couple of the elements. And so that's a couple of things. I was thinking I was pretty much done with needing to acquire gear before this winter, but I've decided there are a few more things I would like to get. I want to get for the system, they call it there's 7 levels of layers basically. And I need the level 2 of the pants, and I need the level 3 of the upper part of the shirt. And so that's something that I want to get. And also, I still think for right now, I don't really need a separate sleeping bag beyond this thing. And that'll probably be true for another 3 months, I would guess. But at some point, it's going to reach the point where I do need a sleeping bag. Now, I do have a sleeping bag, and it's a down quilt, and I really like the quilt. And I like down as long as you don't have to keep compressing it all the time, because it doesn't loft up very well, so it's not really warm when you actually need it out in the field, out in the harsh situations. And so I started looking for this stuff. What's in here? It's called like Climashield Apex or something. It's a synthetic, but it's really thin, but it's really warm, and you just feel it. And so I'm like, I need to look for a quilt that's made of this stuff. So I did find one. I think it's called the White Cloud quilt, camping quilt or something like that. And I would like to, before winter comes, before it starts getting cold, I would like to swap out that gear. So basically what that means for me is that I would like to sell some more stealth survival phones. These are the de-Googled phones, which what I do is I purchase a used phone of a type that I know I can set up correctly. Then I basically root it and I wipe out the Google operating system on there, and I install another one, which is still Android, but it's only the open source aspects of Android, not the proprietary Google aspects. And so it gives you just a much better starting point for having a phone which is not spying on you. So also there's lots of things that you can learn about how to maintain your privacy and how you're behaving on the internet too, which I like to make videos about. So if you have specific topics you'd like to hear about, just let me know. I'm happy to talk about that type of stuff. So anyways, that's my thoughts on getting ready for winter. I also would like to save up food, and so what I'm doing is I already have some food stored somewhere else many miles away, which I can still get to even if I had to walk to it. It'd just take me a while. And then I'm trying to set up another cache because I think things are going to get a little bit rough, maybe a lot rough, this fall and winter in terms of people's access to things they're used to having access to, like food, goes away. So I would like to maintain mine. So I have started buying quinoa. Quinoa is a very space efficient type of food which has all the proteins that you need in it. So basically you can store a lot in a very small space, and by adding water to it, it increases the volume, which is not just helpful in the fact that it means you're getting more nutrients out of smaller amount of space, but also it fills you up more, you know, and part of feeling not hungry anymore is that being filled up. So I think quinoa is a really good food to have. There's some sort of weird aerial vehicle. So anyways, yeah, thinking about food. So I'm thinking quinoa, coconut oil, and salt. Basically, those are the fundamentals. I can get any greens I need from, there's some prickly pear cactus like a foot in front of me right now, and I could pick those and I could roast them up and eat them like asparagus. So I've got greens available, and these things will still be here in the winter, though they maybe won't be the most delicious at that point. So anyway, so the theme is I'm trying to stay up for the winter. If you're interested in stealth survival phone, get in touch with me. I found one of the best kind, the LG V20, totally unlocked, not locked to a carrier, US 996, and that's the best. And I got one of those coming, and I'm almost thinking about keeping it for myself, but I don't know, maybe you could convince me. Basically, this one cost me, I think, about $130. So I always ask people pay for what it cost me to buy the used phone. And then you can basically just, well, I've been doing it, so I just recommend that you donate, you know, what it's worth to you for my time to actually put into it. And I only do one phone at a time, and it does take me a couple of days usually to go through the full process. People generally donate about $100. So, but if you, I want people to have these phones. So if that's not something you can afford, you know, just ask that you donate. I help you, you help me. So, all right, that's the rundown of my thoughts on this winter. And if you'd like a stealth survival phone that would help me out as well, or if you'd just like to help me out, you know, you can go to cahlen.org/gift. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll share it with someone that you care about. It helps them, it helps me, and it'll help you feel like a healthy type of person. If you're feeling extra generous, you can head on over to cahlen.org/gift, and there you can basically learn of ways to help me feed myself, shelter myself, and to upgrade and repair my gear. All donations give you the option of having a 1-hour life coaching call with me. So, thanks again for watching.